Hello, 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 and welcome back, Rec League. We have a beautiful 10 o'clock game in front of you between Mountain versus Airdrake, the first of the last games of week 1, I should say. My name's Darth Ted, and with me is Mr. Neat. How's it going? Mr. Neat, are you around? I'm pretty sure he can hear me. Let me just double check on the audio 1 second. I'm sorry, folks. Having some Discord issues right now. Something's going wrong. We will figure it out real quickly, momentarily.
I can hear something.
Yeah, there we go. How's it going? Yeah, that was a little awkward. Sorry about that, everybody. Everything works before you start streaming. Then as soon as you start, it just goes downhill.
Murphy's Law, right?
Of course. How are you doing, Mr. Nate?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to be on this side of the games for once.
Yeah, happy to have you here. And you're not playing this season, correct?
I'm a sub for Ocean.
Okay, cool. And unfortunately,
So
Ocean...
probably not playing much.
Probably not playing much, yeah. Yeah, Ocean, they looked pretty strong in their second game. First game, not so much, but unfortunate for them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about today's games. We have Airdrake versus Mountain, and we can pull up those player photos right now. On the blue side for game 1, we have VB Zobs, Dutch Clutch, Timberland, Knife Cat, and Cop. And on the red side for Airdrake, we have Colonel Paco, Dainty Taco, Hi I'm Hippie, Wild Tortuga, and the return of the Sonic MNA. How you feeling about these teams?
They're two brand new teams put together. It's going to be interesting seeing people in position, people who we know of in different positions. So it's going to be interesting to see how they perform. Timberland on mid. I know I played with him on my team on mid, so it didn't go the best then. But that was a few seasons ago. So he's probably going a lot better though. Cop is in his position that he's really extremely comfortable with. So I don't know too much about Mountain's top or jungle, but I feel pretty confident about their bot lane. So we'll see how it goes. But Taco and Tortuga in their comfort pick positions too. So I think it'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, and the thing about Airdrake is last season they had Shoemaker and Isically. I mean, every season they've had Shoemaker and Isically.
Yeah, right.
And I know it feels bad to hear this, but it's got to be said. They're two franchise players that have just gone missing for this season. And you have to wonder, how is Airdrake going to bounce back from that? Not having your main shot caller, your main coach, your drafter, they just lost so much mental power. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this season.
Yeah, it is going to be really interesting. Isically was pretty big part of the team and that stuff, but it was feast or famine, the champs he played. So it'll be interesting to see if they play similar kind of champs or if it's going to be more rounded, less assassin-y type champs in mid lane with them this season.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see, and I'm very excited to see what they have to bring out. And also we're getting some new players on the Rift. Never heard of Dutch Clutch or VB Zop, so excited to see what they have to bring.
Yeah, it's always nice to see new players in the Rec League. So
definitely. And it looks like everybody is in Champ Select, getting ready to go. So we're gonna send it off for our first game as soon as everybody is good.
Insert Jeopardy music.
I mean, it'll happen eventually. And there it is. Sick transition over. Let's go. And what do you want to see right off the rip?
Ooh, it's hard because I don't know, I want to see Well, yeah, like I guess like that was like kind of expected. Like with the new positions, the only person you could kind of count on like as a key figure is Paco Poppy. Like that's a staple of the rec league at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, he's played support for the past couple of seasons, but it's just his comfort champ, so good to get away.
Yep.
And we also see the Udyr ban and the Ashe ban coming out.
Ashe is so strong right now, such in a good spot.
Yeah, she really is. And I like the Udyr ban. Getting rid of Dutch Clutch is one of like comfort junglers. Plus, Udyr is one of those junglers that you don't really play against that often, so it's really annoying, and it's good ban.
Oh yeah, like and just like it has like because Udyr has everything in the kit. It's just like it has speed, it has damage, it has like just so much stuff. A nice Caitlyn ban. Wow, Tortuga's performed pretty well on that before. Urgot's just like a solid ban as well. Like I did look at the match history a little bit, and he played a few games recently of Urgot, so.
Yeah, and we have a Morgana pickup, which is a flex, but I'm assuming it's going to be put into the mid lane for Timberland. He was practicing that earlier today.
And it's a nice safe mid. It just means that they're going to put their carries elsewhere, which might be expected, especially if mid's not necessarily like his most comfortable position.
Yeah, and something else to mention about this matchup is that every player is ranging from Silver 1 to Plat 4. So there's a very nice balance between each lane here, which is something cool to see. You don't have those, high diamond players coming in and trying to steamroll. Like everybody on both of these teams can carry. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see where they put their power.
We could make it for a very long night. Yes. Set's a really good team fight champion. Also in a great position right now. It's just it's so hard to deal with because you think you got him and then he gets that massive shield.
Yeah, I like the Senna pickup. Right now, Senna's a very strong AD carry, and she provides so much utility. Plus, you got the Morgana stun with the Senna root, and you can layer the CC very well.
Yep, I agree. I do like Senna as the ADC, not as the support.
Correct. Not as a support, especially with this comp.
Yeah, I was so tired of that last season. But yeah, it's a pretty good build. Like they have a really strong skirmishing build over there with the Morgana, Gnar, and Senna. Lot of shields, a lot of tankiness.
Yeah, and this was actually a pick I wasn't expecting. Coming up with the Aphelios, a champion we haven't seen since last season. He got nerfed into the ground.
It's going to be interesting. Aphelios, I think, is a really high skill cap ADC, so I hope he performs well on it. Like, I see a lot more bad Aphelioses than I do good, but when you do well on Aphelios, you're so dominating in lane.
That is true. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We also see a Rams ban coming out, Veigar ban, and a Fiora ban.
So if they ban Veigar, then they don't think the Morgana is going mid.
Or maybe they were banning Veigar support.
Yeah.
Probably not, but you never know.
It's a possibility. It is an actual thing regularly, so who knows?
Yeah. But I'm curious if they're going to give their last pick to the mid lane. Okay, it is. I am Pibby going to get the counter. Picking up the Shen, so that is going to be a set jungle most likely. It could be a Shen jungle, so that could be flexed. Yeah,
it could be. I think it is probably going to be top though. I do know Paco plays Shen, so and it's really good with an Aphelios.
Yeah, that is true. Giving him the extra shield. We get a Nocturne pickup for Dutch Clutch, which honestly, I don't like that into the Shen just because once you hit 6, if you Nocturne ults onto a target, Shen can also ult that same target and provide that big shield. Assuming that the Shen actually has vision to ult and knows which person is on. So
Yeah, and that comes down to team communication. Like usually you pick the Shen with Nocturne to do funky stuff,
Right.
but I like the Nocturne pick just for the spiciness. But like you said, though, the Shen kind of counters that a little bit. But they did get the Galio, which kind of does a similar thing to the Shen. So
That is
we'll
true.
see how they play it.
And it could be Galio support as well going into the Senna. We've
Mhm.
seen that quite a bit when Senna got to, do the more support style where she didn't farm at all, and Galio could farm. But
Yeah,
we're
and with
probably
the
not going to
shield,
see that today.
yeah, with the shields and heal though, like Galio, like support with Senna, like it works out really well. It's a really tanky skirmishing team.
That's true. I mean, both teams are kind of very, very tanky, like you were saying, have a
Mhm.
lot of AoE on both sides. So we're going to get some massive Wombo combo team fights. It's going to come down to whoever can execute their comp a little bit better and whoever can set up these 3v4 fights with the Nocturne, Galio, and Shen coming in randomly.
Yeah, like yeah, because they both have just a lot of AOE, so it's going to be really interesting with the like Orianna ulti and then like Rakan right after that. So it's going to be interesting. I think there's
Yeah.
going to be some just explosive team fights.
Definitely. But I feel like this is going to be one of those games where as soon as a team starts to fall behind, they're going to continue to fall behind, and there's not really going to be a way back into it for them because both team comps
Yeah.
kind of do the same thing. And like, so for example, if Mountain falls behind and the Nocturne gets, shut down early, can't get any ults on 6 or 7, then he's kind of going to be useless throughout this game because the Shen's going to be able to protect the Aphelios of Rakan and Orianna, and
Hmm.
they're just going to be able to pressure these lanes. But on the flip side, if the Gnar Nocturne get really, really big, or even the Morgana, like we've seen how big, how well a strong Morgana can do in these games, especially if she's farmed. But if they get
Yeah,
like if the Gnar gets big, like nobody can pressure him in the side lane, and then you have Shen losing a matchup, and Gnar can easily teleport into a fight as soon as Shen does. So, like both teams have very good ways of winning this game. It's really just about who can get ahead early.
yeah, I agree, and yeah, it's just like trying to force like some stuff. If you can make Shen pop his ulti and TP and then not get anything for it, like you come out ahead, like regardless if you get a kill or not. And so it's going to be that, like, and like you said too, like whichever team gets behind, like, and that's where the skill cap comes into play, where they're like you said, like plat 4 and silver 1, like average, like that's the difference between like a plat 1 and diamond players. Like you don't, they can play from behind and still pick up a game. You're not going to have that as much in this kind of mix of players. You get that a little bit, but we'll see. Like I hope it's a close game all the way to the finish.
Yeah, me too. And if it is a close game, it's going to come down to basically shot calling and macro movement, and that's the stuff I live for.
Oh yeah. It is going to be too. I think this game is going to be heavily on which support in jungle awards the most.
All right. And we'll have to see how Sonic plays on support because we've seen him on 80 carry pretty much his whole rec league career. So we're
Yeah.
definitely looking at this Rakan.
Mhm. At least it's the same lane, so he's
Yeah,
got
sure.
that to go for him.
That he does. All right, so 2 questions before we get into the game. 30 seconds left on the delay. First question: who's gonna win this first game? Call it now.
I'm going to go with my boys on air.
All right, the Air Drake. Just to be controversial, I'll take Gromp. Or sorry, not Gromp. Crux. Oh, Mountain. Oh my God, I get all the teams.
You'll
mixed up
get
now.
there eventually,
Oh
right?
no. I just watched the other game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know
folks. I'm
it
sorry.
does get confusing.
All right, and the other question: who's getting first blood?
Ooh, I think Morgana's going to get first blooded.
Ooh, okay. So who's gonna get the kill then?
Dainty Taco.
All right, we got a set ganking up the mid. I like it. We do see Timberland going for that ignite, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, and we have 2 TPs on the side of Air Drake. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I do like the ignite pickup here. Like with the TP, like I just don't think they're going to get as much value for it out of the Morgana right now.
That's fair. All right. I think VB Zobs is going to get first blood onto Colonel Paco with help from Dutch Clutch. Paco's going to push up a little bit too aggressively, and Dutch Clutch is just going to walk in and be able to fear him up. A little bit of CC, and that's a dead Paco. We'll have to see what happens, though.
Now, what level is that going to happen at?
5. Right before Paco can ult to help another lane. It's going to happen at 5. But here we have getting onto the Rift for our last series of the night. Mountain versus the Air Drake. Let's go. I'm just so happy to be back. Rec League season.
Oh, I know.
It's been so long.
It is exciting.
That is sure. All right. Finally, we're up. Timer is running, and we're doing it. You think we're going to see any spicy invades coming out?
I don't think so. They don't really have the comps to do a nice invade, in my opinion. Like, maybe something happens off of a Morgana snare.
That's oh my god, that's beautiful. Riding out on a horse.
I didn't get to see it. I'll have to watch it if they do it again next time.
Her gun turns into the horse? What?
Oh.
That's a crazy skin. Holy crap, that's great.
That is awesome.
But yeah, it looks like we have a 5-stack going on right now. Nothing really happening. Everybody just kind of pinging. I like this from Dutch Clutch. Basically stepping up, getting this tri-warded, just so you know if Set tries to invade your blue side, and then picking up a sweeper. Just to be able to clear vision. Nocturne doesn't really have much to fear from a Set if getting invaded upon. You have that fear to kind of push him away in the spell shield for the stun. So it's really more about just if he can cheese an early gank with that sweeper and get a kill, then he's going to be very, very happy as a Nocturne.
Yeah, if Nocturne gets ahead before, is able to get a gank before 6, like that, Nocturne is the happiest jungler alive.
For sure. The both junglers starting on their bot side. Bot laners helping him respectively. Just a pretty tame lane going on. Not a lot of trading going on.
Yeah, I think what's going to be interesting though is mid lane, like because Orianna doesn't need to use as much mana to do damage as Morgana does, so I think that's going to be a key factor in that lane.
That's for sure, and the passive on Orianna, given that extra auto attack damage, makes it a really strong champion. Both junglers kind of going over to their top side jungles right now. Dainty Taco going straight for the red, while a little bit of a pit stop to the wolves for Dutch Clutch. They're relatively... Oh, my game just froze a little bit. Yeah. The pathing is relatively similar, and they're both kind of even. Dainty Taco a little bit of a lead. Some trading in the top lane, though. Huge mini wave onto Colonel Paco. Big trade there from VZobs.
Okay, Set's looking for the potential gank here, so see if something happens.
Big fight in the bot lane. Flash blown by Cop. Yeah, we have Set coming
up. Here we
up.
go, top lane, here we go.
Ward not spotting out Dainty Taco. Taunt lanes. Dainty Taco there with the red buff slow. Gives first blood over to Colonel Paco. What a gank.
That was pretty good, and since Nocturne was taking Gromp, he wasn't able to be there for the reverse gank.
Yeah, Nocturne actually going in onto Dainty Taco now. Gnar coming in with a teleport. Double buff's gonna go over to VZobs, and that's just a little bit greedy. Hippie going on it with Timberland. Gets rooted up, but Dutch Clutch is right here. Ignite going down. Hippie flashing away, but can be followed up from Timberland. One more auto attack, and he gets the kill. Timberland 1-0 on this Morgana.
Alright, so I was wrong, and you were right.
No, I said that Paco was gonna die. I didn't say he was gonna get the kill.
Oh, gotcha.
But you were right that Dainty Taco went in for the gank for first blood. So we're kind of both half right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Close enough for government work.
Tell me
Oh,
about it.
here we go. Ooh, is Dutch gonna get caught out? No, okay. So it's just a little poke there. But does look like Air's going to secure the scuttle there, which gives him a little bit of vision.
It was really good timing from the bot lane. Wild Tortuga and Sonic have this big wave shoving up and could kind of step out to help their jungler. Nice poke coming out of Naifu onto Wild Tortuga. But honestly, if you're a Tortuga and Sonic, you're really happy with how this lane's gone so far.
Yeah, like they're even in CS, so it's pretty fun for them. Because I actually think Aphelios scales a lot better than Senna will.
Yeah, I mean, both camps have insane scaling.
At least to mid game, like Senna kind of infinite scale, so we'll see. But
a small little counter from Senna is she lines up the Q onto Rakan as Rakan's jumping back to give the heal to Tortuga, and it just negates it. It's kind of funny. We see pings come down onto Morgana, getting spotted out on a ward. Orianna's here, though. Going to be a little bit of a poke right now. Good trade right there. And we have some relative quietness on the map.
Nice trade to bot lane, though. Oh, Tortuga goes down from Cop. And Sonic's out of mana here, so Sonic can't do much of anything. But it looks like he gets out. Here comes Dainty.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't have any mana for the re-engage, but Cop currently doesn't have flash for that early on. But looks like he's just going to be able to get out. Yeah, Tortuga not respecting the Galio damage right there. Has the heal up. Could have flashed out as well. So a little greedy right there.
Galio's base damage is really insane, especially if you get hit by everything, so you have to respect the Galio.
Yeah, 1.5 gold lead for 1.5k gold lead for the side of Mountain right now. It's early game going very well for him. Big CS lead in the jungle and in the top lane. Everywhere else is pretty much even.
Yeah, Morgana's pushing up a little bit, which is what Morgana does. So Ori's actually liking that because early on, until Morgana gets some items, it's a lot harder for Morgana to CS. So I think Orianna's going to start picking up a CS lead here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I like this from Timberland, though. Getting pressure in the lane, walking up into the river, putting down some vision just to find out where Set is. Just helping his team, helping his jungle scale up till 6, and keeping everybody safe.
Yep, that's the support main mentality right there.
Yeah, it is. Alright. See Colonel Baco setting up a little bit of a freeze in the top lane, getting this mini wave kind of under the turret. Set is on the opposite side of the map, though, so not really going to be in a gankable state. But we see a lot of pressure from Mountain down to this early air Drake.
Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, Dragon's going to go over to air here. Or, not air, Mountain.
Air Drake to Mountain. And it's always good when you get to
is Sonic caught out?
Hey, he can jump over the wall. Timberland trying to predict it. But we have Nocturne going in onto Wild Tortuga under the turret. Gets feared up. Doesn't have enough. And
here's
Sonic
late
was
Shen
able to
ulti.
Yeah. I don't know what that Shen ult was. It was way too behind the play.
Yeah.
And that's the Shen ult you were talking about, where you go in and don't get anything off of it. And now you have this, big mini wave going into the tower that Shen's going to miss. And VB's Oz is just going to be able to get 1 or 2 plates off it.
Yeah, where Shen was ahead because of that one gank, but then Gnar got that kill again because of the greed for the scuttle, and that now he just is up in farm, so the lane's back to Gnar fully now.
True, but the same thing is happening in the mid lane. Higham Hippie pushing it in, getting this cannon minion into the turret. Timberland will be here to pick it up, but right now it's a 20 CS lead. It should be cut down a little bit.
I do like the double Dorans on Ori. There, it just give her a little more edge to clear the minions a little bit easier.
That is for sure. And what do you think about going the tier build on Orianna?
That one, I don't know if you need that necessarily, especially if you start double Dorns right away. Like, if you were going to go tier, I would have went like a Crystal or something earlier, instead of a second tier. But we'll see. Like, I think Ori's just trying to play the long farm game with Morgana, so then tier's not so bad in that. Gets the extra shield, so Ori won't ever get bursted by Morgana then too.
That is true. And we see in the top lane, Colonel Paco kind of shoving into VB's obs. This lane's honestly going to be a little bit boring, but we do have Nocturne hovering around. The Mega Gnar charger is almost up. Paco goes in with Nocturne right there, and he's going to get sphered up, flashes away, doesn't have anything else. Good ult, or jump from VB's obs, gets the kill with the ult.
And that was perfect timing. Paco just taunted Gnar, and so he didn't even have that to try to escape out, so good heads up play by Nocturne.
Yeah, and honestly, a little bit of a greedy play there from Paco. Like, he didn't have any idea where the other jungler was, and he tried to go for the play, but I can see the reasoning behind it. You build up a big mini wave, you get the taunt, you do some damage, and you make him back out. Fighting the bot lane, though. Sonic M&A going super low. Naifucat doing a lot of damage. They have to back away.
Harrow's going to go over to Mountain there.
Yeah, and VB Zob doing so much damage to Dainty Taco. This looks like a really good start for Mountain.
It really, really does. So they got both big objectives early, so we'll see where they place Herald, but Shen's ult's probably going to come back here and is here soon. Actually, I think it's up right now, so.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have minded letting VB Zobs take that Rift Herald and then doing a 4-man gank bot lane to draw the Shen down and just letting him pop it to take that first turret.
Yeah, exactly. That's where my thought was going, but my mouth and brain couldn't fully process. So.
But it looks like the Nocturne has it, so wherever he wants to gank, he can be able to pick it up. And Timberlane going in with the ultimate onto HIAM Hippie. Ignite is going down. He's going to get stunned up, but the Orianna pulls him back, and that is a pretty good trade. Overall, good flash away from Hippie. Timberlane almost nailing that flash Q.
Yeah.
In the bot lane, though, Nocturne going in. Sorry about that. Galio ult coming down. Dutch Clutch picking up Sonic M&A without any summoners.
Nocturne's really utilizing that ult really well this game, so I'm really happy to see that. Bring some nice spicy plays.
Yeah,
but there has.
Sorry, you go.
I was gonna say there hasn't been as much of that like Shen countering that you were talking about yet, so hopefully they could be a little heads up on that and try to make that happen a little bit to counter some of those Nocturne ganks.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is Paco wasted he wasted his first ultimate, didn't get anything out of it, and now this Gnar is just mega ahead, and we see the fighting going on. I mean, Shen can't really do anything to Gnar right now.
No.
In the bot lane, a lot of fighting going down. Sonic going super low, almost able to get out, but Naifucat with a snipe on the ultimate. Good buffer on the jump there by VB Zobs. And I mean, this game's just snowballing out of control. Mountain taking the Air Drake and now looking to take the Mountain Drake for themselves. 5k gold lead right now. Snowballing this game out of control.
I think the only way that Air's going to get back into it is if they have a good team fight with a really strong Orialt to try to blow up a couple people right away. Other than that, like it's getting kind of rough because like they're just so ahead in gold right now. It's exactly a 5k gold lead, which is a pretty big deficit at 13 minutes.
We see a gank coming on to VB Zob, so he jumps back in onto Paco, but that's not the way to go. Orianna gonna be looking to pick up this kill, and that is a big shutdown over to HIAM Hippie. And you know, that's kind of the play you gotta make, right? You notice that somebody's shoving in the entire time, the rest of the team just goes back, and that's some free money for you.
And it couldn't have gone on to a better person too on her team than Ori.
Yeah, and I mean, Air, it looks bad, but Air's not out of this. They're still scaling pretty heavily. They got the Orianna, who needs that tier stack. Aphelios is just about to hit IE. Like, there's so much for them to do, and there's so much room for them to scale. We have this Gnar coming in, though. He teleports down to pull pressure. And he's just being really, really annoying to this bot lane, not letting them reset.
Well, that's what Gnar does.
Yeah, and I really like it because it gives Knife and Cop a lot of free time in this top lane with the turret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they rotate in, and so now Air's just going to catch up by doing their own rotation to match now. So they're behind on that rotation, and that really gives, like you said, Knife and Cap a lot of time up there.
Yeah, and Dainty Taco is stepping up to the turret, but I mean, he's just getting chunked right now. And this is kind of the thing I was talking about Airdrake. Like, they don't really have their main shot caller anymore, so they look a little bit lost on what to do.
Oh, Dainty Taco. Oh.
He gets the shield, Dutch Clutch is here. Shen ult comes down. They're able to stay alive. Galio ult's coming out as well. Tong comes down. Knife gets the kill onto Sonic, but Dainty Taco is able to get away. He's going to be running straight into the Gnar. Never mind. Ignite takes him out. Cop still there. Gnar saving his life, though.
It's that shield, though. Like, on set, it's just like...
Wait, Kurapaka going in, getting the kill onto Cop, looking for more onto VB's ops. Gnarl is going to be up, though. Gets two-man and is going to run away. Red buff is on. Gets a nice double slow. He has flash up, can't get out, but the taunt is down, and he's going to die to Shen. And now, the Shen is 4-1 right now. Was super behind in lane, but, I mean, picking up all those kills and some shutdowns is really, really good for Colonel Paco.
Yeah, they're still down in gold. Like, they've closed it a little bit more, but it was 6-1. Now it's 9-5, so they've actually came back 4-3 in kills so far. So, like, they just got to keep making these little advancements as best they can. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And the money is, I mean, kind of going into the right pockets. You'd rather onto the Orianna or the Aphelios, but honestly, getting the Shen buff in this 1v1 matchup is not going to be bad at all. The Gnar is building towards it, right? You have the Frozen Mallet and probably the Blade of Rune King coming out next, which Paco needs money if he's going to be able to handle. He needs to be ahead of the Gnar. We have a Rift Tail started up by Dutch Clutch, and Airdrake sniffs it out. Don't know if they're going to be starting it or going for anything here, though. Shen's on the bot side, doesn't have TP or ultimate, but Gnar can't join either. Cop flexing a little bit here.
Yeah, he's just doing that little dance, allowing Dutch Clutch to just take Herald for free.
Oh, Sonic going in and getting, but the Black Shield is down on Knife Cat, so no follow-up there.
Oh! That was a solid play.
Yeah, Timberland. Timberland going in, doing a lot of work here. Zonia's going down, Cop going in as well. But the Orianna ult absolutely blowing him up. And now we have Shen in the mix. 1v3 right now. Galio going to come down, rooted up, stunned up. Gnar coming in as well. Fear going down onto Paco, going up. Galio Q, not enough damage, just barely surviving right there. A little bit aggressive from Paco.
Yeah, that was it was definitely really aggressive. So, like, Mountain's coming up in this, but, like, that was a Fiesta. That could have gone any way. Like, I commend Timberland. That was a really good play, but just Ori was just able to burst him there.
Yeah, and he landed a couple of really, really good Qs. One onto Sonic and one onto Dainty Taco. But unfortunately, everybody kind of lived with about 200 health. Dainty Taco going in, looking to fight this. Cop super low from the last fight. Nobody reset. Dainty Taco getting his shield with a little bit of damage. And Knifeu Cat on this backside is just being super aggressive right here. Fear coming down onto Sonic. Nice Shen ult, giving him a little bit of shield, but the poke from the side of Mountain is just pushing Air back. And this Senna is doing so much work right here. Oh my god, Morgana bind down to Paco. Paco's going to be not long for this world. Dainty Taco follows. Now Sonic is going to have to run for his life. Another root come down onto the Orianna. That's the Fed member.
Ooh.
Nocturne under tower, gets knocked up though, doesn't trade the kill. And that's the jungler down. Nice. Ooh, Morgana Q barely missing. We got a 4-man stack versus 1 in this mid lane.
Yeah, at that point, Air, you can't just dance around that. You have to make a decision. They were just dancing, letting themselves get poked down until it was just an easy team fight then for Mountain.
Yeah, and the amount of work Knife did on the outskirts of that fight was insane. The range still isn't too big yet, sitting at 58 stacks, but he was just able to walk back and forth and poke the people out of this bush. It just did so much damage to them.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was going to go in Air's favor because Mountain didn't go back to reset, but then it's just they took so much free damage that it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, and we just don't... Like, the engage from Airdrake has to be Dainty Taco or Sonic, right? Sonic was poked down to about half health, so going in kind of feels bad. So it has to be Dainty Taco finding that set ultimate onto a carry. But Mountain were just so split up, it was kind of impossible for him. And Mountain just played it very, very beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, Naifu and them, he was just, like, poking, like, right underneath the wall and just kept coming out and, like, using the wall as a guard. Like, so he was just safe, just getting that free damage. But, Timberland had some really nice snares in that fight, too.
Yes, he did. And, honestly, the Black Shield is doing a lot of work for Timberland. And the rest of the team now. Yeah, a little bit of a lull right now. Push coming in top lane and mid lane.
Ooh. Oh, something's happening top here.
Yeah, taunt coming down. Dainty Taco gonna be going in. Misses the pullback though, and VB Zobs is able to jump away.
Nar's just like, I'm Nar, no.
Woo! That Orianna poke onto Timberland, take him down to half health with an EQ. That is big damages right there.
And I think that's the difference that they have to really play to get back into this game. Timberland provides a lot of utility to the team, but Ori is just some utility and then just a lot more damage, just champ-wise.
And this was a really smart map play. So they have this big wave pushing in bot and top on the side of mountain. And then when Orianna goes to respond to the one bot, they just summon the Rift Herald, able to take out 3 turret. And now they're looking for more. Dainty Taco in a bad spot, getting feared up, walking away, but is able to survive. Wild Tortuga's pretty low. Sentinel is not going to be used, though.
I like that there. They used the Rift Herald as a bait to get a lot of damage onto Dainty Taco there.
Yeah, it was a really well played, and they're still not done. Looking for this turret. Hippie though, able to clear the wave pretty well. Orianna does so much work to mini waves.
Yeah. Doing some work to that Nocturne, too.
Yeah, we see Dainty Taco coming up through the jungle. Got that sweeper down, looking for something. He's going to be able to find Dutch Clutch, but I'm not sure that's the fight you want. Might just try to smite this away.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Take down mid lane there. Oh.
Yeah, good Orianna damage, but that's not what you want to see. Paco now in trouble too, getting feared up, flashing away. And this is just going to be the mid lane turret most likely. Although Orianna is still doing so much work. Timberland looking for a Q over the wall, missing it barely.
Yeah, they keep getting ahead there, but as long as Orianna's there, they can't make too much leeway. She gets to clear the waves just super easily.
Yeah, and what Mountain really should do is have VB Zobs in the bot lane just to pull pressure away from the Baron, set up vision in the topside jungle, and then as soon as you get a pick, or you can even just fake the Baron and force them to come into you, force them to check it so you can get these easy pick-offs with Timberland's Q.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, they're pretty happy with their 8k gold lead. It's not too shabby.
Yeah. They could do better.
Yeah. Honestly, they're in a really good spot. Ocean Soul about to spawn in about a minute, I want to say. They have vision set up. They're resetting. They have a pretty big Senna, pretty big Morgana. Nar's still looking for that split push game. We have Shen trying to step up for the 1v1, but I don't know if you want this. Frozen Mallet's going to be doing a lot of work. Yeah, he gets stunned up. BB Zobs has the ultimate against the wall. The Q actually doesn't land. He wastes the jump too. Shen might be able to taunt out of this, but the W stun comes up once again. Q, another follow-up. One more auto attack. Never mind. One more Q will do it.
Wow, Nar went to regular form just in time too to finish that kill off.
And if you're Colonel Pocket, you know he's stronger than you right now. You can't step up that far. And now your team's not in no shape to fight for this Ocean Drake because they don't have that big Shen shield. And this is going to be Ocean Soul going over to Mountain.
And
it's just a costly mistake.
Vibzobs, or we'll say Nar. Nar's been really good at hitting his ulti onto Shen into the wall every single time.
Yeah, a little bit of damage from Wild Tortuga there onto Gnar. That's nice to see. Tortuga's still only sitting on that IE though, which at this point in the game you really want to have at least the Zeal on top of that. It's just been being put behind ever since like minute 5.
Yeah, he has one. Oh, yeah, knife's up 2 items on him. Like, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, and Mountain actually started this Baron before fully sweeping the pit, so Air know it's going on. But they kind of just want to bait this. Shenol is going to be able to come in handy, but you kind of need him here for the start of the fight. Good roots come down. Sonic is going in. Shenol's down onto Sonic, but it's not the member you want. Sentinel across the team. Good Orianna ult on the back. Naifu Cat is still untouched on the backside, though. Dainty Taco's going to be going down. Carl Paco's dead. Hippie is the last one alive for Air Drake. He's going to be going down as well. One more auto attack. And that is a big shutdown. Double kill for Cop. And that's going to be the Baron for Mountain.
Well, that was the Fiesta.
Yeah, I just want to say Air Drake kind of looked a little sloppy there, not selecting the targets, right? Hippie has this big Orianna Shockwave. You have a set that can jump literally into the middle of the team with somebody. You can, and they're all in the Baron pit, so you can set that up perfectly, but it just looks like they're a little out of sorts, and Mountain took full advantage of it.
Well, and the 2 people died aren't even the carries. Like, you still have Senna and you have, like, Gnar up, who are the highest damage dealers currently right now. Gnar, I understand, like, not getting taken down, but Senna should have died there.
That is true. She was on the backside of the fight, completely untouched. But it looks like Air is going to be able to save their base for now. Baron push not going to be enough, but there's so much more on the map for them to take.
Ooh, Paco getting some damage dealt to him.
Yeah, going in with the taunt, getting pushed back by the Gnar once again. He is able to burn the Mega Gnar though, so small positive there for the side of Air, but I mean, this game is looking pretty one-sided right now. And I like now that Gnar doesn't have TP available. They have him sticking with the team, just kind of poking out. Huge damage onto Timberland though from IM Hippie, but it's not going to be enough. Baron minion's way too strong right here. And the only thing that Air Drake really has to worry about is this Orianna ball. That's pretty much it. At this point, you don't lose the game unless you get 5-man Orianna ulted. Paco on the outside looking for something. Cop just going forward with a taunt to scare him off. And Nocturne going into 5 though. Getting on, but Galliolt's going to be coming down. Just scares the entire Air Drake team away from this inhibitor. And Dutch Clutch able to get out with his life. Not even touched right now. And now the fight for the Nexus is happening. Good Q from Timberland onto Rakan. He's going to be able to jump away, but this Galio taunt's coming down. And they're just shoving it back. Colonel Paco ulting onto the Rakan once again instead of the carries. And it looks like these towers are going to die. Shutdown onto Cop though, but that is only the support. Vivizov shoving people back into the base. And it looks like Mountain's going to be able to take this game. Naifu Cat attacking the Nexus. Never mind. Vivizov is... Oh, the ult's coming out. Big shutdown onto the Gnar. The Nocturne's dead as well, and they're able to actually save this game.
Game's not over, boys!
Woo! Good save there from Air Drake. Hayam Hippie doing so much work on this Orianna. But the minions... the cannon! No, they turned away. Oh no, Senna is back though. Knife doing what he can, getting the kill onto Set.
Knife now having a good mindset of just going back in there.
Oh, look at that damage. Knowing who to focus to. Almost gets the kill. Timberland going in, has his Zonius, isn't able to proc it though. Oh my god, the Nexus living with 200 health. And Senna's still around.
Yeah, like, if you're Senna, like, you gotta be like, I just want to go, like, flash in and, like, attack twice.
Yeah, really wanted to go for that, but unfortunately, kind of cost Timberland his life and his summoner spells.
Yeah, but they did get another kill out of that, though, too, so...
Yeah, but you have to ask what's the trade-off, right?
Yeah,
a 0-5 Set versus a 5-3 Morgana. It's you know, it's whatever.
Come back full force and it's like, okay, the base is ours.
It's just minor nitpicking at this point because Mountain kind of have this in the bag. Elder Drake spawning in about a minute. The Senna is 9-0-8. Naifu Cat just playing insanely well.
Yeah, 11k gold lead, you could almost say you get to do what you want at that point.
Naifu Cat was like, alright, well, I'm only going to die to this Orianna, so let me build a Spirit Visage to boost my MR and my healing.
I like it.
It's a flex.
I like it a lot.
It's a flex for sure. That's so funny. So, Air Drake know the dragon's up in about 30 seconds. VB Zobs is on the top side. They can try to get a pick right here, but the rest of the team is trying to get vision. And now Dainty Taco is going low, not going to get killed. Shen will come down onto him, but that could be stopped by Nart. Never mind. It's going to be followed up, and honestly, that's bad.
Yeah,
now Nart's just in the base. Oh, never mind. TP's coming out. And Nocturne will come down looking for Dainty Taco, but can't find it.
Ooh, wow. One Ori ball, like, took Timberland down to half health.
Yeah, but now Orianna... Oh, good flash away from the taunt. Sonic in a bad spot is able to get away, though. And now these super minions pushing into the base. Honestly, Mountain might just lose to minions right here. If they just walk up mid, they win.
And Ori's ult was burned there, too. So...
Ori does not have ult this is just game. Dutch Clutch just walking forward, auto-attacking the Nexus. While Tortuga left the game, and that is it, folks. Minions doing the Lord's work right there.
That was definitely a fighting game. There's nothing slow about that one.
Not at all. And I don't know, Air Drake had a good early gank from Dainty Taco, and that was kind of the only thing that looked promising towards their game plan.
Yeah, it was the heads up play though, like of waiting in a bush, knowing that after the gank they were going to come down for Scuttle, and then Nart was able to get back to top lane and come down and get that kill, so that nullified that gank that they got, and then he was just able to get ahead in CS in top lane and just bully Shen after that point.
Yeah, it was a really good play from Dutch Clutch, and the entire Mountain team showed up to play today. Everybody looked good. Cop was doing so much work, just standing there being a giant front line that nobody can really get through, protecting Knife and Timberland. And the Black Shields from Timberland were on point with the Qs. I mean, can't even talk about VB's ops, just taking it to that side lane split push. And,
yeah,
I mean, again, Knife just played so well.
9-0-8,
yeah.
One could say he had a perfect game.
Yeah, almost. Wait. Yeah, just besides a couple of kills and 2 towers, I think it would have been a perfect game, right?
Yeah, he did really well. I haven't seen him play Senna yet, but I was really impressed with how well the bot lane worked there. So Tortuga and Sonic, it was just really impressive because of the matchup that they had.
Yeah, and they did do well. Like, they blew Cop's flash in a 2v2 at like 4 minutes in, which was, I mean, you do that to a Galio, you put so much of that Galio's pressure behind, that's super good for you. But they just kind of got outscaled, and Tortuga wasn't farming the best, so his he just didn't have items when it came to these team fights, and it was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, first week, you just got to shrug off the rust and go into it for the next one. So we're going to send it into a quick little break and then come back with game 2 between Mountain versus Airdrake. See you soon.
Behold, my son, there's a way to save you all. Don't you despair, don't be petrified. There is an armor, ancient magic made it strong, and you shall wear it when you face the fight. This harness will guide us through dangerous night. It humbles the foe with its grace. The thornmail will help us prevail and survive. Our deadliest fate we Well done, my son. It's the way to save you all. But don't you think the realm's been purified? Creatures of darkness are still longing for your foe. Keep them in thrall. It's time to smite and ignite. This harness will guide us through dangerous night. It humbles the foe with its grace. The thornmail will help us prevail and survive. Our deadliest fate we embrace.
Hello, and welcome back, Rec League. We had a very, very fun, full of bloodiness game between Airdrake and Mountain. Mountain able to come up on top. How you doing, Miss Neat? Tell us about that first game.
Whew, that was a bloody battle for the ages there. It was really good. It was actually very surprising. People performed in certain positions like Timberland much better than I thought. He did play like a support mid, but was a lot more effective than I thought Morgana was going to be against the Oriana. So it was a crazy game. I'm just hoping that Eric could bounce back and fight this one and another 1-1.
Yeah, and like you said, Air just it just looked like they had a little bit of jitters. They were a little lost, and the map play from Mountain was really, really superb. They made some really, really clean plays and able to take a lead and snowball with it. And we'll have to see what they have in game 2.
Yeah, like their team fights were just like really, really good, and it could have been too because they were so far ahead. But like they executed, they got the snares, they got everything that they needed to on time. So it's just there were some awkward Shen ults there that I think if they had them in better spots, they could have mitigated some of that early damage.
Yeah, and honestly, that comes a lot from the Nocturne just turning the whole map dark, and it really means your team has to have that coordination and communication, which it just didn't look like Airdrake had. And I mean, it's week 1, that's to be expected, right? They lost, with Sickly and Shoemaker. You have to say it again, and we'll have to see how they pull it out in game 2. But it looks like we're getting into Champ Select in a little bit. Should be good. What are you expecting for picks and bans? Are you thinking the same thing? We're gonna have 2 kind of team fighting comps, or what?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much the same. I'm wondering if they're gonna ban Gnar just to try to be more comfort, but I don't see Mountain changing up their bans too much here.
We see the Wukong and the Poppy ban both were first banned last time, so stick to the guns.
That's a good ban.
Yep, the Nocturne. Dutch Clef looking really, really good on that. Which I think means they're going to leave the Udyr open.
Ashe ban again, to be expected.
Yeah, and honestly, Tortuga didn't look great on the Aphelios. Honestly, it's a high skill champ, but if you take away his main comfort champ of Ashe, like, he's going to be a tier below.
And then Caitlyn was also taken away, which is another champ I know he plays too.
Yeah, quite a bit. And they do have first picks, so you might pick that Caitlyn up if they want. But the Senna ban coming out, not giving Knife that champ again. Ooh, and the self ban on Morgana, not giving it to Sonic or Hippie.
Interesting.
I like it. So it is first pickable, and the Black Shield does give you so much room to work around team fights, just allowing one member to not get CC'd for the longest time. And that's kind of what was Mountain's strong point, right? Getting these big... Ooh, my God, we got a first big Draven.
Oh,
let's go.
Hello. That is a fighting champion if I've ever seen one.
Oh, hell yeah. And honestly, you lose game 1, you're looking a little bit shaky. Tortuga's like, I'm just going to go back to my comfort.
Right? Like, how can you not have confidence when you're Draven? Like, he is confidence himself. Like...
But unfortunately, that does leave up Caitlyn, who is... I mean, the lane is a skill lane, but Caitlyn just has the advantage with that range. So we'll have to see how Tortuga plays into it.
It's going to come to, like, a lot of the sports because, yeah, if Draven steps up, he gets netted and then shot and just so much damage in the trade. Draven's going to do damage too. It just probably only gets one hit off in that trade, though.
Ooh, and a Viger pickup. Could go to Cop, could go to Timberland. Most likely going to be mid.
Spicy damage champions already.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fun one. And the Leona,
okay.
I was going to ask
like
for
that.
but I didn't want to like be too presumptuous. Good lane matchup for Tortuga. Good partner there. I mean, I do like playing Caitlyn into Leona just because your range does sit outside of her Zenith Blade and you can net it really easily if you're paying attention. But just having the lockdown from Draven Leona is so strong. And if you have a
and then when Morgana's banned already too.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
exactly. Pay no attention to the cheers or the follows or the bits. They just, they're from 2 hours earlier. Unfortunately.
Uh,
So thank you anyway, Pick Popper. We have a set pickup. All right. Dutch Clutch most likely playing that in the jungle, showing Dainty Taco how it's done. And we didn't talk about Dainty Taco going back to a comfort bit of the Zac. And this is like the Air Drake team we used to see in Season 4, Season 5.
I just noticed Delta Centaria is playing for VB.
Oh yeah, VV Zobs, he got subbed in instead. That is true. He was listed as their sub, and they chose to use him for the second game. I like it.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I hope a lot of teams actually do that this season, get more of the subs mixed in and play a little bit more.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we get the Uter ban. I like it. It's fine. I mean, the set's most likely already going jungle, but it's whatever.
But Set is one of those champs that can be flexed to top lane really easily, so...
That is true. And the Orianna ban coming out against Hippie. And honestly, if there was one saving grace for Air last game, it was Hippie's Orianna. It did a lot of damage and was clearing out many waves, and it kind of stalled the game out for them really, really well. So having that take away, we have to see what Hippie does.
Nautilus bans. It was pretty good, even though Leona's actually really good into Nautilus.
Yeah, how's the Leona Galio matchup?
That one, I think that one actually goes to Galio too, because if Leona comes in, the Galio just taunts.
Yeah, and it can cause a big rift between the Draven and the Leona. The K can get away. So, could be a good pick. We get the Hecarim coming for Dutch Clutch.
So that is a Set top.
Alright. They knew what they were talking about.
Or unless they're 200 IQ and us, it is a Hecarim top. But
Hecarim
I don't
mid.
think so. Yeah. Timberland on Hecarim mid. That would be interesting.
And we're going to get the Fiora coming out from Colonel Paco. Putting him on a carry split push champ. So,
I don't know. How is that matchup Set versus Fiora? I haven't seen it.
I honestly don't know much about it, but it's kind of like every Fiora matchup. It's got to be a skill matchup, right? If Fiora can land the parries, can land the her mini game of hitting the vitals, then
And I
she's
do
gonna
know
do well.
Paco can play Fiora, so...
I've seen two sides of that coin. I've seen him being 8-0, and I've seen him being 0-8.
Yeah. The fact is he can have those 8-0 games.
That's,
Right?
we just have to see which one shows up. But the
Yeah,
last
exactly.
pick, going to support for Cop, pulling out the Galio, listening into us.
Interesting, okay.
We're not
So
live.
now Caston though is really good into Vigar. So that's going to
Vigar top, set mid. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I think that's honestly better matchups. Having the Vigar versus
it
Fiora.
would be a better matchup against
Yeah.
Caston. Like as Set, you'd be like, okay, jump into me. Like this is going to be the end of you.
Yeah, but all around, I think it's a very well-rounded comp from the side of Air Drake. They have really good scaling from Caston and Fiora. They have really good gank setup early from Zac. He can put a lot of pressure down on lanes. And if I'm Dainty Taco, I'm looking towards the spot lane for ganks, right? Leona and Draven have a lot of lockdown with the Zac. And although Caitlyn has range, Galio can easily be blown up in the early game. So
And the thing is too with Hecarim on a mountain there, Hecarim doesn't feel good running into a Leona. Like for bot lane. So now you're looking at top lane, which I think is also really good. So Fiora's only going to be able to parry one ability. And if it's depending on if it's Hecarim or Set, like Fiora's still dead in a lot of those fights then.
That is true.
because the other part the other ability keeps her there. So I'm expecting a lot of play in top lane from Hecarim. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one to watch. And honestly, the Hecarim kind of feels a little bit out of left field in this team comp.
Hmm.
Yes, the Galio can go in on you, but you're going to be moving so fast that you're probably going to leave the Galio behind. And you have this Viger Caitlyn backline, which is just, it provides so much poke and so much damage. But if they get left alone, like Kassadin's going to have a field day.
Yeah, I
I
think
think,
Cast
yeah.
is going to go up ahead a lot in Vigar because there's no reason, period, that Cast just doesn't go hyper aggressive as soon as he hits 6.
Yeah, and I mean, it will depend on how Hippie does in the early game. If he can kind of stay alive level 1 through 5, then he should be all set.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows? He could get absolutely blown up by this hacker room coming from behind you.
Yeah, like Hecarim does need to make some at least his appearance known in mid to make to allow Vigar to farm so he doesn't get bullied. Because if
Yeah,
Vigar gets behind and can't get that farm, then Vigar is just kind of dead until he
true.
does.
But you always do have that baby cage as a huge,
Hmm.
big, like, game slower.
Oh
So
yeah,
you put it down, then people can't step up to the turret, and then you can kind of free farm for a little bit. And I mean, I think it's really for Airdrake not to lose this game. It's really going to come down onto Paco not getting beat in the 1v1 in top lane. If this
so
Fiora can stay even or get ahead, then they're going to have so much pressure throughout the game in the side lane, and the 4 stack of air, it looks so strong.
now if they could execute it right though, Caston could be in for a world of hurt before 6 though because Baby Cage Hecarim is a really strong combo if performed right.
That is true.
So I like I want to see some Baby Cage Hecarim. Vigar is one of my loves of my life in League of Legends. So I
Same here, buddy.
always want the little black mage to do well.
All right. And Mr. Nate, give us a prediction. Who do you think's going to win this game?
I want to see Vigar do well, but I think it is going to be air based off of team comp here.
All right, and once again, I'll contradict you. I think team comp wise, Air Drakes is a lot more straightforward, but we just saw Mountain absolutely have their number in the first game. So I really think that Mountain's going to be able to play this hard to team comp to a higher level than Air Drake can. But
Oh.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, one thing's for sure, it is definitely going to be an exciting game again, like last one. So it's not going to be like boring or stally. None of the lanes are really just like sit back and do nothing lanes. So like Fiora and Set both want to fight. Caston wants to fight, so Vigar's going to have to fight. Hecarim is a jungler who's like, I'm going to go to your lane. So
Yeah, and I kind of like how they put Hippie on this late game scaling monster. The Orianna, yes, you can do a lot by yourself with that ultimate, but most of the time you need to be set up unless the enemy just walks on top of your ball. So the Kassadin is kind of the opposite. You can just you can get in, you're the flanker, you can do so much work by yourself without having to rely on your teammates. And I'm excited to see what Hippie has to show us.
yeah, and I didn't even realize Tortuga played that much Draven. He has over 300,000 mastery on Draven. So
Oh yeah, he is a
let's-
Draven main.
you know,
I just didn't think we were going to see this early.
League of Draven. So
I honestly like. We knew Tortuga played Draven, but I didn't expect it this early in the season.
hmm So it'll be interesting. Yeah, like if Taco gets like if Taco coordinates well with Leona, it should be an easy bot lane. But the same could be said about the top lane for, Hecarim and Set.
Yeah, and we did see that a couple of the ganks Taco had were a little bit behind the mark, right? Like there was a call to go, 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 and the set was just a little bit too slow to reach, and the stun didn't land, and the enemy got out, which is kind of unfortunate. But with the Zac, you have a lot more range than you do on a set, so
And a lot more forgiveness too if you miss because you're passive. So
That
if
is
stuff
true.
goes wrong. So and that could also be an interesting thing too. So you have two teleports, right? If Zax does go down, that could be an easy like now it's a 5 against 2, 5 against 3 in bot lane or something if you get the double teleport on Zac Blobs.
But you also do have 2 teleports on the side of Delta and Timberland, so they can follow that up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of early blood coming out here. So same question as last time. Who do you think takes first blood?
Oh god. Let's go with being optimistic and saying Tortuga kills Cop.
All right, Tortuga getting an early kill on the Cop. We want to see it. I honestly, I think Dutch Clutch is going to try for a gank and get countered by Dainty Taco. It's probably
Ooh.
going to die to Tort.
I like it.
We got a nice 5-point coming out right now. Mountain Drake on the red side, Air on the blue. Looking to tie this one up, going for the 1-1, keeping those Rex stocks even.
I'm already disappointed in Vigar. He had an opportunity to get some AP there already and didn't.
This is when you do the big BM thing of just dancing in the mid lane, so your enemy does as well, and just chuck a Q at him. Win!
Right?
+1 AP, baby. Dutch Clutch doing the same kind of thing on Hecarim, dropping that ward, switching over to a Oracle lens.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, Timberland pulling out the strat. He's not going to be BM though. Doesn't look like he's close enough to throw that Q.
Yeah. Now, ooh.
Hippie baiting it.
Close.
He's baiting it, man. Look at him. He wants to dodge it. But honestly, I think this is my favorite Vigar skin. It's a 4-leaf clover. It's great.
It is pretty good. I do like the final boss because I just like the sound effects of it.
True. It's a good one. Both junglers once again starting on the bot side. Dutch Clutch on the blue. Dainty Taco on the red. We'll have to see where they go after this. I'm assuming we're going to see some ganks in the top lane from their pathing last game. Colonel Paco going on to Delta, looking for this early skirmishing. Has that
Okay,
vital
so-
on the opposite side.
Yeah, Taco's getting the Krugs on first clear here, so like he's going to be slow to the top lane if there's a gank.
That is true. I think that's kind of what Zach wants. Before you gank, you want to hit level 4 on your E, so or level 2 on your E, so you just have that extra
Taco
range.
getting bullied a little bit there.
Yeah, good trade back though.
Yeah,
Only has
But-
1 CS, and this is going to be a really big wave under the turret.
yeah. Just hopefully he can clear it properly.
Yeah, it looks like he should be fine. This one melee minion's going to give him a little trouble. Never mind. Oh, yeah, there it is. Watch the CS. But I like this from Delta. Pushing up, going down, getting vision onto the blue buff, so your Hecarim does have a knowledge of when Zach's going to be there.
That's going to be a huge ward in for this early game here,
Yeah, Dutch Clutch going onto the red as well.
because that also gives them information too. That tells him right there that he cleared Krugs.
And Tortuga just flexing his axis right now. Running onto Knife Cat. Cop going in, getting a nice Zenith Blade. But we see the double taunt coming out. Net coming down onto Sonic. But, I mean, good damage from both sides right there. And overall, honestly, it's pretty even. I don't know who
Yeah.
won that trade.
Yeah, like mana health, everything just like is pretty close. Like it's just like
Yeah,
it looked
this-
more exciting than it ended.
the big mini wave getting shoved into the turret. But Tortuga is
Top
sacrificing.
lane. Oh, there's the gank. Oh,
Good parry from Colonel Paco right there. Dodging all the damage coming out from Delta. Woo! Close. And now we see Hecarim going in, looking for this blue jungle. Dainty Taco is pretty low, and Dutch Clutch smells blood going in onto Taco, but he's able to jump away. And Dutch Clutch will take this blue buff.
okay, they're all collapsing just to make sure that the blue buff goes to Dutch Clutch.
Yeah, and this top lane priority is it's really, really big for Mountain. Colonel Paco chugging a potion. Already used the TP and is super low on health already. It's not looking too good for him. Delta just looking for the skill, baiting out the parry, gets the stun, looking for those auto attacks. Gets a big haymaker, and Colonel Paco's going to have to go back to base again. Dutch Clutch might look for this kill, but doesn't look like he's going for it.
It was so close, but it's last hand right now, but TP's down. He should just be shoving this into the turret top lane.
Yeah, he could even back right here. I mean, if it... never mind. I was going to say, this is a big enough wave for him to freeze it and then TP in to keep the freeze.
Yeah, I just don't like his decision, what he's doing with it now. He could have done a couple different things, but...
Yeah. Slow play is never the answer. Vargar coming down, though. Not sure what you want to do here. Spotted out on a couple of wards and the Scuttle Crab. And does give Kassadin free time in this lane. And you were saying this Kassadin's going to be able to get ahead, and he's already up in CS on Vargar, which probably shouldn't happen in a melee versus range matchup.
No, and what it comes down to, too, is, like, Vargar is going to, like, has to be a little wary on his mana, like, early into his first back.
Sorry, fighting the bot lane. Tortuga going super low, going on to knife. Heals up and is running away.
Could one of them just kill each other in bot lane?
It's honestly probably going to happen soon.
Yeah, like, it's like they're getting so low. It's 2 auto attacks on either ADC and they're dead.
And they talk nearby. Cop going in, gets the taunt down, but Naifu isn't close enough for the trap. Tortuga's super low. I don't know if you want this.
Tortuga's in that Galio damage.
Knife going in. Good flash from Knife to go away. Dainty Taco. Good engage from him. More fighting in the top lane. Delta going in onto Colonel Paco, ulting him back. He has enough for the haymaker. Goes down and first blood to Delta Centaurius.
This is not looking good for Paco here.
Yeah, no, Delta just playing this lane very, very well. And you can see it's kind of a mind game between the Fiora and the Set. When the Fiora is trying to parry the Set, either the pull-in or the haymaker. And unfortunately, Set was able to bait it out. And Paco just didn't have anything else.
Yep.
So Fiora just dies.
Set also went with the early Vamp Scepter too, so it's just like has so much sustain against the Fiora in lane. So like even if they do trade evenly, Set's just going to come out ahead because of that right now.
Yeah, and Delta's story is 7 versus Paco's 5. Looking to get more fighting done before Paco hits that 6. Oh, gets the stun off that time, but still isn't 6 yet. Hitting those vitals, just taking so much damage in return. Finally hit 6, but the mini wave's too big. Gank come down the bot lane though, onto Leona, going in. Sonic flashing away, but Hecarim is there. Zac knocking up the Hecarim under turret, misses the stretching strike, but Dutch Clutch dying to Wild Tortuga. Kassadin is here now, Cop is as well, going down super low, flashing away, but there's a Kassadin, you can't really do that. Teleport coming out from the Vygar though. Baby Cage is going to be able to save his support. And that's a big gold stack for the Draven right there.
So I called Draven, just didn't call the right person he killed. So.
Well, it also wasn't First Blood.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we were both wrong again. Don't worry about it. It's a hard game to play.
First Blood and a bad memory.
Yeah, but Draven earning 285 gold plus the 300 from that kill. Looking really good right now. Already has the BF sorted. I mean, this could be the hope for Airdrake, right? Leave topside alone, get this Kassadin fed, get this Draven fed, and hope that Fiora can kind of handle the 1v1.
Well, Set is down a little bit health here, but Fiora's getting kind of low in mana.
Hippie in the baby cage, just ults away from it. Oh, Hecarim gank in the top lane though. Paco using that parry. It's going to get knocked away. Haymaker come down. Paco flashes away, but the Hecarim is fast. He's a pony. Dash away. And Paco's going to live.
Well played by Paco there.
Gank in the bot lane. Come down onto Naifu. Stretching strike Mitches. But the good ultimate from Sonic M&A gets the Galio. And now Tortuga's going forward onto Knife. One more auto and the ult could kill him, but unfortunately doesn't go for it. That's a pretty good gank, trading top side for bot side. I like this look from Airdrake. Figuring out where they have to play to in the middle of the game and going to it. Just keeping ganks on the spot lane, keeping the pressure up, allowing this Draven to snowball with that passive.
What's nice though is they didn't even trade top for bot because Paco like did really well in Escape, so they just came out way ahead on that.
Yeah, I just meant trading pressure, right? Giving your top lane up and then allowing for the bot lane to snowball ahead with all this. But Paco is still pushing up really high, knowing this is happening. He has to kind of shove this minion wave in, or at least get it to bounce, which it just did, so he should be good. But he really wants to set up a freeze in front of his lane in order to stay alive. But he dashes forward, Hecarim is here, knocks him back into the set knockback, and that's just going to be a kill. Dutch Clutch slaying Colonel Paco.
That time he wasn't so fortunate.
Definitely not. And we have Rift Herald available too. They're going to take a couple of plates and then probably summon it. And Airdrake in response going straight towards that Air Dragon. This time claiming their own namesake.
That's kind of what you want to do if you have a Fiora on the opposing team is you want to make sure Fiora feels like she can't play.
Colonel Paco going in, TPing, uses the parry early. And honestly might be able to save this tower. Gets the eye. One more auto on this tower will do it. Colonel Paco ulting up, going onto Delta, but they're out of tower range. He ults in. Kassadin gonna TP, but Delta slays Colonel Paco with that Haymaker. Hyam Hippie is here. He's gonna be looking for this. But Hecarim is going to be there. Flashes forward with the ultimate. Ultimate from Dutch Clutch is able to get him out. But he's one more auto attack onto Delta. Can't land it. Unfortunate right there from Hippie.
Man. Yeah, Paco probably should just cleared the wave there and not engaged 1v2.
Yeah, probably, but Tortuga looking for a knife right here. Sonic missing,
Oh.
but he's able to get a double kill. Tortuga so big right now. Blowing heal, but dies anyways to the turret. Oh, no. Unlucky.
It's like he stutter stepped back in so that the turret can get that second hit. And
You know,
deal.
when you're Draven, you're like, do I catch my axe or do I take a turret shot? And the answer, obviously, is take a turret shot every single time.
Yeah, right. That moment when you get baited by yourself.
Right, fix Draven axes so they never land in turret range. Just kidding. But yeah, Airdrake, it's the story of this game, right? Kassadin's going ahead of Timberland, 30 CS up. We saw it last game. But this game, Paco pretty far behind the set, but Tortuga really far ahead of Knight, which is what didn't happen last game. The bot lane was very even throughout most of the game.
Yep. The problem is, if Set gets too far ahead of Fiora, though, in those team fights, Set should be able to ult somebody onto the Draven and just kill Draven almost instantly.
Yeah, that is true, but once your Draven's really far ahead, you kind of use him more as a poke champ. Build that RFC, throw one axe, and just kind of sit back and let the Fiora kind of get the split push. If Set is there for the 5v4, then as Airdrake, you're winning. You want the Fiora to be able to split push, be able to farm up, be able to get strong.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. Set going behind Colonel Paco. Parry is available, but misses it once again. Colonel Paco going low and dies to the Haymaker once again. Delta playing this champ so well.
It feels so bad because, like, the dash range is just too short to get out of that Haymaker.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, Airdrake kind of have to... This Draven's really far ahead. But they haven't taken that turret yet. Kate wave clear and Viger wave clear is so strong. They have one dragon to their name, but it's not enough. Delta's going to be able to take this turret, and he's going to be able to roam around the map without having anywhere the Fiora touching this turret.
Yeah, that gives them, like, yeah, not even a single plate has been taken on the Mountains turret there, so that's very unfortunate, but yeah, to get down 2 towers in the top lane before even 14 minutes is done was pretty good part on their play.
Oh yeah. And now we get
Pretty
a
good play
3-man
on
gate
their
coming in. Viger setting the baby cage, making Cassidy blow Czar. Set coming in with the ultimate from Dutch Clutch, and that is a really big kill. On the bot side though, Tortuga slaying Knife Cat once again. Cop going down as well. Double kill for Tortuga. And this Draven is really big, but he's the only one that has money. Whereas Delta and Dutch are super strong, both who can instantly blow up the Draven.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And we see Dainty Taco. Okay, never mind. I thought he was AFK. He was just kind of trying to bait for if they were trying to push this lane. But Tortuga gonna be able to get out of this lane. Minions going to take this turret.
Red team's turret.
Yeah, there it is. And now they can roam this Draven around the map, stick him mid lane, stick him top lane, take whichever turret you want, and try to force fights around him and keep him alive.
Which they do got a good team comp for that with Leona and Zac. They should be able to keep people in front of them for a while.
Ooh, Sonic going in onto the Hecarim, but like, you're kind of alone right there.
Yeah. Don't quite understand what the point of that was.
It's trying to scare Dutch Clutch away. Might make him blow a flash. Save the pink ward though, so that's nice. Paco stepping up once again. Delta, I mean, we've seen this story over and over again.
Here
He's
comes
going to be
Hecarim
able to
too.
get the slow. Hecarim Serig. The parry comes down, but it's a little bit too late. Ultimate from Colonel Paco. But he's staying alive. Haymaker doing a lot of work, but Delta's able to pick up the kill. Sonic now getting slowed by Hecarim. He's going to be able to just walk out. And the 3 stack from Airdrake going onto this mountain, looking to take the other person's namesake as well. But now Tortuga in a bad spot, having to flash away from the baby cage. Set with a nice pull. Shut down going to Viger. And now Delta is... I mean, this guy is doing so much work this game. Dainty Taco getting chased down as well by the Hecarim, but he's just going to walk away. Alright, what's up, Mr. Nate?
It's just like, yeah, it's just like the set's doing so much work right now, and like getting Blade of the Ruin King first item, like because it has the increased damage too for melee, it's just like making him much more impressive against Fiora there. Like now he has multiple ways to keep Fiora in the range to just do all the damage he wants to. It's rough, and as Fiora, like you just feel bad, like because when Fiora's this behind, she just feels like a useless champion.
Yeah, they... Alright, so... Dr. Mr. Neat, do me a favor, write me a prescription for Airdrake. How do they win this game?
Ooh, I think it comes down to what you were saying. You need 18 doses of Draven, followed by a nice tall glass to Leona and Zac there. So Draven is their only hope. Now, if their casting can do something against the Vigar in that...
Yeah, sorry, fight coming down over this Rift Herald. Draven being taken down already. Fiora also dying. Galio taking that one, and they're going to be able to claim this. But let's get back to that prescription. What are you saying?
Well, definitely not that. When Fiora then Draven die right away, that's not the prescription. That's against doctor's orders. But yeah, it's just that's going to be... Draven has to stay alive in those fights. He can't die like that, but at the same time too, they know to target him, and with a Vigar baby cage, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, and again, the name of the game for Airdrake right now is scaling. They need to slow down and be able to get to this point where the Caston is really strong, the Fiora is strong in the side lane. But they're going in with an engage. Dainty Taco onto Timberland, doing a lot of damage to Draven ult coming across. He gets the knockback onto Knifeu Cat, who flashes away, heals, and they're just running for the hills. That is one kill, but I mean, they lost the turret and almost his inhibitor turret. It's looking a little dire for Airdrake right now.
At least they're going to pick up a turret here, but it's just like outer turret, so it's not that big of a deal. But it does open them up a little bit. But Seth's just pushing the wave again, and then they're gonna reset and they're gonna come back full power.
Yeah, but honestly, there are no objectives on the map right now. Baron will spawn in 30 seconds, but I don't think you're strong enough to actually take that right now. This Kassadin is going to be sitting in a side lane, farming up, getting a lot stronger, looking for that level 16. Fiora is also getting funneled farm right now, so hoping to actually finish an item relatively soon. And again, you have this Draven with the RFC and IE. He hits like a tank. We'll skip truck. He hits like a tank. He's just yeah, and he does. It's just he needs to be able to survive. So because he can't take any damage early, because then he just gets Vigar ulted or something, and then he's out. So he cannot be around the team fight until like I think after a couple seconds it's already started. And it's hard because you're Draven. You were 6-1. You're feeling good. You're feeling yourself. And then you get run down by a Hecarim multiple times. Like, you know you're the damage, you know you're the carry right now, but you can't step up because you're just going to get insta-blown up by this Hecarim set duo. It feels bad. It feels real bad for him.
Yep, and there's nothing you could do against the Hecarim there for the most part, unless you drop Leona ult just right on Draven, but then that's a one-person Leona ult.
Yeah, but Air just has to play this a little bit more patiently. Don't push up too far. Don't try to fight over these Drakes. They don't mean anything right now. Give up the first two. Save yourself 8 minutes. I don't know why you're here, Colonel Paco. He's just going to die once again. Caitlyn will come down, picking that one up. On the backside, Wild Tortuga doing a little bit of damage to Timberland, but not enough. And I just think the lane assignments from Air just aren't great right now. You need Paco in this top lane farming up this wave while he's teleported.
Yeah, like, that didn't do much there. Like, he had teleport up, so there's no reason he had to be in bot lane there.
Right. And you want to be around the fight, I guess, but, like, you're not going to win it if it's a 5v5. But good news is Kassadin gets all this free farm. Is going to be looking to get closer to that level 16. And Knife is kind of pretty far behind, sitting at level 10 on this Caitlyn. And there's only one item right now, so they can't actually burn down Baron, which is really good news for Air Drake. But again, they just have to be a lot more patient in this game, because giving over kills and objectives just feels pretty bad.
Yeah, and when you're down by like a full item, it does feel bad. We'll have to see here though. Like you said, Draven was 6-1, and then he's died twice. So they know what they got to do. They got to kill the Draven, but Draven's got to stay alive. So it's the game plan. It's like, which one could have just do that better?
Yeah, but Mountain don't. I mean, in a 5v5, that's true. But Mountain aren't even looking to that. They're constantly picking people off before the fight even begins and just winning it right there. Like even in the past 5 minutes, like Paco got picked out. There were a couple other people that got picked off, and they don't even need to fight because you're behind. You're not gonna fight a 4v5. But Vision getting swept out around Baron Pit. Mountain looking to set this one up. Caitlyn has that Kershey's Shard for attack speed, so going to be able to do a little bit of more damage to the Baron. And it looks like they're just going to try to bait this one out. Blue Trinket from Air Drake going to spot them out, not starting it. And we have a fight on the bot side. Delta versus Paco once again. And Paco flashing over the wall to get away. And there's a little bit of a do-si-do going on here. And Paco is able to escape with his life. But it just leaves a big mini wave pushing into this turret. And Delta's probably going to be able to take that for free. A fight coming out in the mid lane though. Ult come down onto the Vigar. Dainty Taco getting taunted up. Koth doing a lot of work. On the backside, Hecarim super low. Timberland slaying Sonic, but Tortuga is still untouched. Set almost getting Tortuga, getting on top of him. Dainty Taco getting slain by Knifeu Cat. Now we have Air Drake running away from their lives, and they were so close to picking up a couple of kills there, but unfortunately couldn't finish.
Oh, here comes Hecarim too. Oh no, he's definitely scared of the Draven.
Yeah, I don't think he can really run on top of him without help. But the rest is looking for a fight. Colonel Paco getting out with his life. Kassadin getting ulted on by Caitlyn. Draven being a hero, tanking it up for the boy.
Nice job, Tortuga. Good guy, Tortuga.
Good guy, Tortuga. 100%. Dainty Taco has respawned, but I don't think he can actually reach here in time. Draven ultimate is down, so really no help with the steal right here. Viger doing so much damage to this Baron. Caitlyn not even auto-attacking it. And they're gonna try for a fight. It's already down, Sonic. You shouldn't go in. Oh my god, Paco. 1v5 right now. Gonna die. 0-8-0 on this champion.
Well,
And we have a big shutdown going onto Leona, though. Unfortunately, it didn't get onto a carry, but that is the dead set, so you buy yourself some time.
that you do, and well, with that kill, that determined which Paco game this is. He said it was gonna be 8-0 or 0-8. So.
Oh my god, I don't want to be a prophet like that. Come on, man.
That's unfortunate too, because Fiora is one of those champions too that just, when you're behind, it's one of the champions that feels the worst to play from.
Yeah, it does.
But it also feels one of the best champions too if you're ahead. So.
And right there, Delta dying gave 1,000 gold shutdown. Can you imagine if that went on to the Kassadin instead of Leona? That would have been huge, giving Hippie like that power spike.
Oh
Would
yeah.
have been real nice.
That like Kassadin, if it went to Kassadin or it went to Fiora, like that would actually put Paco like almost back in it. Like
Yeah, definitely.
1,000 gold is a huge, like huge deal.
Yeah, and Air technically isn't out of this yet. They do have a lot of scaling, but the issue is Mountain just have such good siege onto turrets with Vigar and Caitlyn. If they push up with this Baron buff, they should easily be able to break an inhibitor. But it looks like they're setting up around this dragon instead of using the Baron buff. But you know, second Infernal is always nice.
Yeah.
But I think this just wastes your Baron buff and gives Air Drake more time to scale. But it's like, you can
Paco's
take the
doing what
dragon
he
at any
should.
time.
Yeah, and Paco's doing what he should do here and just like split pushing, trying to get something. Because
Yep.
like he can't do much else. Like even if it was at the dragon with the team, like there was nothing you could do. So that was good on him. But yeah, they got to inch and make just like smart plays and not get caught out. Like you said, the biggest thing too is like they're just getting caught by Mountain, and like then every fight's 5v4 and they have a big lead, so you can't do that.
Hippie sitting in this bush looking for something. 5-man stack here. Set's not here. And we have an engage onto the Hecarim. He's able to ult away though. Timberland going to... Never mind. Good baby cage gets stunned up. Dainty Taco going in, but he's by himself right now, going way far ahead of the team. On the backside, Fiora is there. Never mind. It's a Draven on the backside. Cop slaying Galio. And now Sonic is not long for this world. Draven doing what he can. He's fighting the support, but Cop doing a good job. Paco going on to Timberland. He's, he might be able to take it. Gets another auto attack, but not enough. Draven able to pick that one up as well. So a 2-for-4 in favor of Mountain. And Tortuga the only one left alive, while the set is just pounding away. Gonna be able to break this inhibitor. And luckily for Aaron,
Timberland-
he doesn't have a Baron buff.
Timberland landed a couple W's there that weren't even in baby cage, and that's huge. You can't just like take that damage. That's so much damage.
Yes, it is. And, I mean, that was probably the most hopeful fight for Air they could probably get. Unluckily, while Tortuga was kind of on the wrong side of that fight, he was a little split from his team, so couldn't really go in on anyone other than Cop. But he was still doing damage in that fight. And they were able to pick up 2 kills, but the Hecarim lived with 100 health, Varga lived with 150, and Paco was super close to picking up both of those, but unfortunately just couldn't. Yeah, gold lead ballooning to 7k right now. 28 minutes on the game, and with Baron buff kind of down, Air Drake buy themselves a little bit more time to scale.
Yep. Then yeah, like Fiora just needs to keep doing what Fiora's doing and just keep trying to split when she can there. But yeah, Fiora almost killed the Vigar that last fight. It just got hit by the W. Oh, but here comes Hecarim.
Yep. Running down Fiora. And Paco actually electing for the fight. Vigar's on the backside. Fiora doing so much work to Dutch Clutch though. Almost has the ultimate up. Is able to get it. Healing coming in, but Fear comes out from Hecarim. And Hecarim's just going to be able to run away. Maybe. Oh, Paco with a solo kill right there. 1 in 9. Pulling it back.
Paco saying, I'm down, but I am not out.
And that is the power of late game Fiora. Only needs 1 item to solo kill a fed Hecarim. That's actually kind of ridiculous.
It is.
A Triforce, Cinder Hulk, and Death Stance. Hecarim losing to a, Hydra Fiora.
There's
Hydra
a few
Sheen.
champions that are like that. Like Akali's like that too. Just give Akali Gunblade. And like she could be 0 and 10, but with the Gunblade, just kill people.
Yeah. Good on Paco there to get that solo kill, knowing his damage. The Timberland was a little bit far off to help Dutch Clutch. But again, the game is a little bit slowed down. Baron going to be spawning in a minute, and as Air Drake, you have to make the call. Do we give this, or do we fight for this? And the call for Paco right now should be run. Now, Timberland on the outskirts. Look, it does have TP up, so can come in. Hippie also has TP up. We're getting a fight, maybe? Yep, Leona getting caught out. Cop going in with a quick taunt onto Sonic, and Sonic is just going to go down. Knife taking that one. Teleport from Vigar is coming out onto this candy menu. They're going to shove this and back off to Baron.
Leona was dead there. I would have saved ulti, so you had it for next fight when you get back up.
Yana, Mountain a little bit slow on this call. Leona's still only dead for 20 seconds, so she might actually be able to get there in time. But it looks like they're looking for another pick before they go for anything. And he gets the set ultimate, flash onto the Draven. Galio coming in as well with the taunt. Dainty Taco going super low, getting baby caged, pop the passive, and now it's just a 5v1. Dainty Taco getting slayed, and that's what you're looking for as Mountain Drake. And they're walking over towards this Infernal. They know Baron can be taken whenever. They don't want to trade it. They want to take both objectives, and they're going to have them for free. So, as Air Drake, Mr. Neat, do you try to stop this at all, or do you just give up the Baron right here?
But at this point, I think you have to give it up. Leona does not have, like, 1, Taco's down. 2, Leona doesn't even have ulti for you to try to do anything. She used it to try to save herself.
It is currently up right now.
Is it? Oh, is it up?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
pretty
guess it
short
was
cooldown.
quicker than I... Oh, wow, 46 seconds. Okay, I thought it was longer than that, but that was my fault.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yep,
Yeah, it looks like they're making the call to give it. Everybody went back to base. And this is going to be the second Baron for Mountain. Looking real strong right now. 8k gold lead. And, I mean, there's not much else to say. They play this team comp very well. Delta and Dutch coming up huge in this game. And even Timberland, like, he was down in CS, yes, on this Vigar. But his baby cages have been looking so swell. Being able to split off the team, separate Draven from Leona. It's just been very instrumental. And Paco in the side lane, dead once again to Delta Centaurus. Not much else to say.
so Paco's a champion against Hecarim, just not against that.
Yeah, and now we have a 4-man stack in the mid lane. Cannon minions going to be doing work once it gets to this tower. I want to see Hecarim actually, step up and defend this. That's a pretty big cannon minion.
Yeah,
let
Taco's
Draven
looking
take
to try to make a play here.
Yeah, but it's a 4v3 right now.
Yeah.
It will be a 5v4 when set comes around. They're able to take both inhibitor turrets and walk up these inhibitors. And Air Drake's just kind of not making a play and rolling over right now, which is kind of unfortunate. You gotta try to go for something, either the 4-stack or the 3-stack. And they lose all 3 inhibitors right now.
Yeah, without even any kind of contention there. Like, just like here's the front door.
And now they're just going to have to play a huge wave clear game with a Kassadin mid and a Fiora top. It's kind of not much you can do.
Leona
Oh my
gets
god.
deleted.
Woo! That damage from Timberland was insane. Last auto attack from Knife. Dainty Taco jumping in, but Cop is quickly there to subvert it. And now we have Paco going in, but he gets poked out by the Caitlyn. And Knife is just able to free hit these turrets. One headshot takes it down. And this is probably going to be the game for Air Drake. They're not going in, not trying to fight at all. And we have Galio coming in, Paco dying as well. On the backside, Timberland's going to go down to the Draven. Or the Kassadin, I should say. But Set is on top of the Draven. Tortuga is able to cleanse out, but he's by himself, getting aced. And right there, triple kill for Knife, pulling it back. Tortuga's out of the game. And you have it. Mountain Drake coming up big over Air.
And that was crazy. Knife finished 9-3. like Draven was so far ahead, and then but just because of the team fights, like just Caitlyn was able to get there.
Yeah, it was honestly it was a pretty good game all around from Mountain. They had an early game strategy of keep the Fiora behind, and they did it, and they executed. And even though Tortuga got ahead, the rundown from the Hecarim in the set was way too much. You got to hand it to Mountain. They had the team comp in mind. It was harder to play than Air Drakes, but they executed really well.
That they definitely did. So, like, it was a very impressive game by the side of Mountain there.
Yeah, so we got two people we can bring in for interviews. Who would you like to talk to?
Well, I think we should probably bring in Knife.
Okay, Knife for one. That Senna game was absolutely insane. And who do you want for the second?
Let's go Timberland.
All right, I'll see if they're available to talk. We'll be back in a second. Oh, sorry, that shouldn't have happened. My bad there. That's unfortunate. Actually, would you mind messaging them? If I do it on Discord, then it shows up. Don't want that to happen.
Okay. So it looks like they're already out of Discord. Let me see.
Yeah, sorry everyone. Just stay tuned one more second while we're trying to figure this out.
So yeah, Knife said yes to Timberland's not on. So do we want to try to get in Cop?
Yeah, sure. We'll bring Cop in.
Okay, so yeah, they're both good.
All right. I don't see... Oh, there. Let's move them up right now. Apologies if you can see this. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's Cop, and Knife will be up in just a second. All right. Knife and Cop, how's it going? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Pretty good.
Good
Yeah.
games, gentlemen.
Yeah, you guys absolutely steamrolled those games. That was really, really fun to see. How you feeling?
Pretty great, honestly. It's been a really delightful time playing with Knife and bot lane. He actually taught me how to play League initially.
Really? That's a
Yeah.
fun twist. So you guys are friends IRL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so that first game, Knife, tell us about it. That Senna was insane, dude.
Yeah, it's just a champion that scales to a dumb degree. Like, as long as you play safe in that early game, she just outscales basically every champion. Like, you probably noticed, like, at the end of the game, I built a Spirit Visage because, the only one threatening me was the Orianna, so I have innate healing. Might as well, make sure the Ori can't kill me either.
Yeah, those
We
were really
did
fun to
notice.
watch. Yeah, I mentioned that, and I was like, you know what? Props. Just a little.
Yeah,
flex
she
there.
has, that Q, 30% extra healing, plus, 24% lifesteal. I don't know why Riot gave her lifesteal for crit chance, but you know what? I'll take it. Use
Take
what we
full
get.
advantage. Yeah. So early on in that game, you guys had a couple of skirmishes. I think Cop, you were forced to burn your flash at like 4 or 5 minutes into the game. Were you scared at all going into Sonic on that Rakan?
Oh no, he's normally an AD carry main, and whenever someone plays off position, I always like mentally kind of like step them down a little bit in terms of what I would regard an elo expectation, and I'm always up for a challenge too. So when I saw that situation, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be a close one, but it's gonna be really fun, and it definitely was, especially second game for me personally.
Yeah, the second game they looked pretty strong there on that Draven Leona combo.
Yeah,
I loved it.
it was a little scary with the Zac showing up every once in a while. It'd be like, oh, well, I guess I just died.
But you
But
did really
thankfully-
well coming back though in the later stages of the game though. Really pulled yourself ahead there.
Yeah, we were actually discussing it after the game a little bit, where it was just like, now that I don't have to worry about the Zac flying out of the fog of war at me, and Set's drawing all of the pressure. Like he had 2-3 people top all game, except when we were team fighting for stuff. That I was able to just farm up and catch a little bit back up, and Caitlyn scales really well with just a little bit extra gold.
Yeah, that she does. So tell us a little bit about your preparation for these games.
So what we do is we like to do a bit of scouting in terms of the op.ggs, and we get a sense of like what's the champions they like to play. And then Timmy and I actually love to do this fun game, and we have the other players on our team do this, where we go to prodraft.leagueoflegends.com, which allows you to simulate a draft. And so Timmy and I will take the approach of drafting for each team, and we'll sort of like have the rest of the team like say like who really won the draft. We'll talk about like who's like what's the right picks and what's the wrong picks, and how we should do the pick ban order more thoroughly. And it just gets us all really on the same page in terms of what our game plan really is by the end of it.
All right, that's really interesting to hear. That's a good way to do it. It's very smart. So, against Airdrake, though, what was your main kind of win condition? What were you trying to go for in both of these drafts?
So with the Morgana pick in particular, we saw that their support player was playing it a little bit, and we wanted it, but we didn't necessarily want it for them. So we made sure in this when we were on red side to ban it as our last pick. Maybe they might have banned it, but we weren't really certain. So we basically just waited until the last moment to do that. And we really like using Morgana for both mid and, as you saw, and as support. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. Even some of our other picks that we opted to use for different lanes, or even my lane, have the capability of doing so. And we like basically improving upon that kind of pool, while also still focusing on a very narrow pool for each of our individual circles, I guess. But we, in terms of that game plan, we really looked at bot lane and said that that's probably going to be a win condition, as well as our jungler. If anything else comes up positive, then that's just another additional game to work with.
All right. And the first game you had VB Zobs playing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's your current substitute. How is it like playing with him?
Oh, he's a pretty nice guy. We reprimanded him a little bit because he didn't understand one of the rules, but in terms of communication with the enemy team. But
Gotcha.
Otherwise, he's a pretty nice guy. It was sort of a last minute thing because Delta has a particular schedule where he now can only play the 8 o'clock or the 4 o'clock games, but just not the 6. So pretty much he got there on time, and we weren't expecting it, nor was he. So we just said, we're going to still have him, obviously, as the sub for the second game. So we let Zobs have the first game, And we really worked with him and like chatted with him before the game started to really just get a sense of like what he feels comfortable with and identifying what exactly the opposing top laner likes to use.
All right, fair. And you guys, honestly, second game played around that top lane matchup very, very well. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about that. You guys absolutely steamrolled over that Fiora.
Yeah, it was quite a surprise actually.
Yeah, happy one though, especially with
Yeah.
how bot was going at the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a tale of two lanes on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Mr. Neat, do you have anything else?
No, I think we covered just about everything.
All right. And last question for both of you guys. Do you have anything to say to your opponents next week? You're facing off against Infernal, who I believe also went 2-0 this at 4 o'clock.
I'm pretty excited. Sable is a good buddy of mine, as is Sneezy, Kazuto. I haven't talked much with Kanabi, but he's always been a really nice guy. And Fat Super Dude, I don't believe I've ever chatted with, but they're a great group of guys who I love playing with from time to time, and I'm really excited to just have a good old fun match or series. Yeah.
All right, and Knife?
Pretty much the same thing. I don't know everyone quite as well as Cop does. He's obviously been in the league a bit longer than I have. Sadly, they can't ban my Kled anymore, though. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it always. Good to have some nice, fun games. You know, hope they go well for both sides. Hopefully we win, but you know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And thank you both for joining us for the interview. Congratulations on your 2-0. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having us.
See you guys.
See ya. And with that, we're going to wrap it up for the night. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate having y'all here supporting us. Mr. Neat, Dr. Professor Neat, thank you very much for joining me on this cast. It's such a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing it. You know, like I got some mental things. You know, I'll work on for the next time. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I hope to be back.
Of course, phenomenal first cast on the Rec League. And once again, thank you very much, everyone. Season 7 is here. We're going to be playing for a couple, I think, 7 weeks straight for the regular season. So stay tuned every Sunday starting at 4 o'clock. Also, stay tuned for Wrecked After Dark. That's at 7 o'clock on Thursdays, and we'll be doing substitute games after that.
Get to see your boy play here.
Yeah. And if I join us sub on a team, maybe me too.
Do it.
Yeah, probably not. But again, thank you, everybody. Stay tuned. Remember to like, sub, and follow us on every platform. And we love you all. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.